Hello. I am making a post here to make sure all understand because I've had questions. I've had people questioning me on the causes of aging and death. The causes of aging and death are in the hundreds. They attack us. The pathogens of aging and death that attack all eukaryotic cells on Earth attack us in hundreds of ways. But we do have a cure. But what you must understand is what's killing us. Answer me this. If a being has the capability and a system develops that it can live 1,000 years, even thousands of years, but instead that life form dies in 80 years, was it hurried along by poisons? Was it killed by some disease? What took place to cause a species of life, a life form that's capable of living 1,000 and more years, yet they're dying at 80 years old? Is that a quick death? Are they losing centuries of life? Did it take place quickly? I've had people tell me, well, you live 80 years. This man lived 100 years. That's a long time. That is nothing. Science has been taking data for just a little over 4,000 years. That's only 40 grandfathers. You have to look at 1 century as a generation. Like from 1916, 1917 to this day has been 1 generation. You look back 4,000 years, that's been 40 grandfathers. But if these men, species of life form called mankind, if they have the capability and a built-in system that allows them to live hundreds of years and they're dying at 80 years old, what's causing them to die? They have a disease. They have an infection. Science has proven that bacteria, viruses, phages, fungus, molds, all types of microbes cause mankind to have sickness, cause some children to die in their adolescent years, their younger days, causes teenagers to pass. I know a woman that had a strong, beautiful son, just an extremely handsome young man. He was considered to be the strong and the great passion of many women. And he died at 17 years of age due to a bacterial infection of his stomach making its way into his spinal cord. Gave him meningitis. A bacteria of the gut gave him meningitis and killed him at the age of 17. Strong, extremely handsome young man. That was a bacteria strain living in the body that done that to this young man. There are scientists that keep claiming, and it's due to past generations of scientific minds that didn't have all the data we have today. We should have known this from the early 1900s, the late 1800s. We should have known all this. But there were people that had control of textbooks, considered themselves brilliant minds, and they wrote textbooks, and they told everybody that bacteria and man live in symbiosis. How can so many deaths occur through the centuries due to plagues caused by bacteria, due to sepsis as people grow into their later years, their body and their immune system weakens, and they can die from sepsis caused by gram-negative and gram-positive bacteria. We are under attack, ladies and gentlemen. We have a serious, severe infection, but our body's just so strong, according to us, we're withstanding it, and we're living to be 80 years old. Imagine the human body, this powerful body that takes these poisons every day, all day long, from bacteria, viruses, phages, whatever can make a poison, and our body does so. How strong are we that we're able to live to 80 years old while being poisoned? We have a severe infection that all microbes come into our body, cause us to have, and I have named it the Synzonic plague due to all the acids made by all of our enemies, that is against the stem cell, that is against the eukaryotic cell, the eukaryotic life forms are under attack by all of the bacteria, all of the fungus. Yeast itself is a eukaryotic cell, but I say it designed itself as a eukaryotic cell many centuries ago by having helped eat a eukaryotic life form and designed itself, evolved itself into a eukaryotic life form. And now yeast inside the body of mankind makes 180 toxins that all enter the body's cell system, and our cells die each day. We have an amazing system to survive this. If we was born with only one cell to make up our whole body, like we was just born as a man, born as a woman, standing here, only had one cell, we would die the moment we were born due to the toxins killing off the cells immediately. But we have a system of repair developed by the great stem cell, the mighty creator of life, that replaces our cells all day long. Over a 7 to 10 year period, every cell in the body has been replaced. But our skin cells, our muscle cells, many of the cells of the body are reproduced and replaced daily. It's an amazing system. It keeps us alive to the age of 80. But just imagine this strong body that takes this horrible attack of all of these toxins. I've got another video in this post here that I'm going to place. It's a longer video, but it speaks of the toxins. But here's the toxins mankind has not realized. Riboflavin made by bacteria. Vitamin K2 is made by bacteria. Vitamin B12, the mini vitamin B12 made by bacteria. Gamba acids made by bacteria. Glycerol 3-phosphate made by bacteria. Any protein made by bacteria that's eukaryotic life. I'm going to have links here in this post to show you how so many organizations, so many foundations, so many universities, so many government organizations have studied and studied and studied all of these life forms and have studied these peptides, these vitamins, everything they make, peptides, proteins, vitamins, amino acids. They make all this the day long. Imagine if we were not attacked like this. What they don't understand is these are venoms. These are just like spiders, just like spider bites. These are venoms made. If you'll notice, spiders, snakes, anything such as that, they have to make zootoxins from amino acids. And when they make these zootoxins, they make them to where they have to be able to enter the cells of whatever they've bitten. Has to enter the cells. How do they do that? They make a metabolite at the end of their proteins, at the end of their vitamin, their amino-looking formula. Looks like a vitamin, looks like something that the human body or the animal, all the many animal phylums of the earth, that the different species of animal, they make these toxins in us, in our gut, in our bloodstream. They make these toxins to where they have to have a key to get them in the receptors of the cells, into the protein pumps, into all of the receptors of the cell. They have to make the venom like that, or the venom would just stay in the blood and be removed through our filtering system, come out in our urine, in the waste of the body. But what they do is they have to make their amino formula, vipers, spiders, lizards, anything that has a poison, even in the ocean, they have to make it from amino acid formulas. Hence why I named this plague that all eukaryotic life forms have. I call it the Senzonic plague, naming it after the Great Sins organization. And I also add the onic due to the many acids they're making in our body. Onic, acids, the many acids they're making in our body are poisoning us the day long. But we have a system of repair that keeps us alive for 80 years. This same system of repair would keep us alive for centuries if our cells were not being destroyed each day by the many toxins that enter our cells. Yale University just found a new piece of information for science, for medical science. They used a microscope with a different lighting system, and they found over 400 new peptides in the cells of organs and different cells of the body that science has never seen before. Many of these are these toxins in there destroying the cell, gumming up the cell, mutating the genes, all these things. So what is toxins that we get from bacteria? They have to make something that our cell will allow in. They have to make a poison that our cells will allow into them to destroy that cell. So they make a vitamin K2 that looks like the vitamin K1 that we get from nature. The metabolite is shaped well enough that it gets them into the receptors of the body. Vitamin K2, riboflavin. The same with riboflavin. They make a riboflavin. The formula is just oh so different, and it has to make it into the receptors of the body. So that's why science misunderstood decades ago. They said, well, these things look like the vitamins we need. We'll just name them another vitamin K. We'll just name them another vitamin B2. We'll just name it another vitamin B12. It's got a metabolite like it, and it enters the body, and the cell lets it in, so it must be good for the body. This is what seems to be a long, slow poisoning. But over 80 years, over 100 years, to a being that has the capability of living thousands of years, that is an immediate poisoning. We're living, we're walking around, our cells are being killed by the many toxins entering our body, the endotoxins, the yeast toxins, the spermicides even, called by many scientists. They're using these things as contraceptives to kill the sperm of mankind in the body. When it's ejected into the woman, kills our sperm immediately. Anything that kills the sperm of man, the powerful microbic sperm of man, kills it immediately upon contact. Just imagine what it's doing to the cells of the body when it comes through the system of the cells. Just because it has a metabolite that looks like a vitamin that we need, just because it has a structure that looks like a protein we need, but it has a few variables connected to that chemical formula, that is a poison, a toxin that has entered the body of mankind. Like the National Institute of Health proclaims, we get our vitamins from nature. We don't need these peptides from these bacteria. We don't need these amino acids from these bacteria. They're making them to destroy us. They're part of the poisonous cocktail of all of the toxins that mankind knows are proteins, different enzymes, even make them look like hormones that can help mankind. But the formula is just oh so different. But as scientists said, well, look, the metabolite's okay, and the cell lets it in, so it's okay. No. That is what is aging us. They're decomposing us while we live. So I'm trying to set the stage for this post here, trying to make this as quick as possible. So here you see toxins. And this is just a few of them. These are toxins, ladies and gentlemen. Those are not things to help us. When we get this from nature, when our body makes these formulas, it's good for us. But when the bacteria make it and send it through our gut lining, make it in our blood, do these different things, it is a toxin, a poison, something that gets them into the cell system of mankind for them to do their dirty work of causing the cells to die. We have cells dying every day. If we didn't have this poisonous attack of this pandemic plague, if it's all microbes involved in this, and they're working as one to destroy life on earth, they just want to be the one to begin the killing. They want to be the one to eat the body, just because they want to be the animal, the destroyer that kills the body, and they want to be the first to eat, to dine on the life form they've killed, doesn't mean they're helping us. They're destroying us. It is a pandemic plague by all microbes. It is the combined microbic attack against mankind's body, our life, that causes us to age and die. They're literally decomposing us while we live, while we're breathing, while we're standing looking at each other. These little bastards are killing us, murdering us, destroying us with their toxins and their pseudo vitamins, I call them, because they come in acting like a vitamin when in reality they are a venomous poison to kill the cells of mankind. It's cell against cell. They come in and they're killing individual enemy cells, killing our life form, our cells of our life form. It's cell against cell. We take in the foods. We have the bacteria living in the nucleus of our body. But the nucleus of our complete structure that is built by trillions of microbes is the nucleus to all of these microbes. We feed every cell of our body. If our stomach doesn't take in matter, every cell of our body dies. We starve to death. That is the same with this infection. It comes in and it infects all of our cells through our gut. That's why all of our cells age at the same rate. We're aging at the same rate due to being poisoned. Being poisoned at the same rate. When we take a medicine, it hits every cell in the body in just a few minutes. When we eat a meal, the nutrients we eat hits every cell in the body in just a few minutes. The same thing with these poisons, these toxins, these pseudo-nutrients that they have made to look like our body's needs that are poisons, toxins. They hit our body immediately. When these bacteria, when these fungus make these toxins, they hit us immediately. My name is Rodney Berry. I want to again explain to you how we're being aged, how we're being killed. Mankind dies due to a massive, massive infection that mankind is looked upon every day in science. The microbic aliens that come into our body and destroy this nation, this structure that is mankind. Each of our bodies is a battlefield of life against aging and death. I look for investors. I look for partners. I have found a cure for this tragic thing that is attacking us. Please examine the rest of this post. My name is Rodney Berry. Please enjoy your day. Thank you.